Hey, let me talk to you like someone who's lived with this TV every day, because once you feel what the Bravia 5 actually delivers, everything weaker suddenly feels like something you used to tolerate instead of enjoy. This isn't for someone who settles for motion blur, flat colors, or middling sound. This is for you, the person who notices when contrast feels alive, when games and movies actually look like you expected them to instead of a dim approximation. Before anything else, pause for a second and check the current price and stock. TVs with real mini LED depth and those smart features don't stay easy to get when interest picks up. You know that exact moment, you sit down for movie night and the picture looks washed out in the dark scenes? Or you start a game and motion feels choppy instead of smooth? That's when you realize you've outgrown compromise. You're not okay with good enough anymore. You want presence, clarity, and impact every time you press play. Then you power this on. The relief hits right away. The image isn't just sharp, it feels three-dimensional. Highlights pop, shadows look real, and the 120Hz panel keeps motion fluid in all the fast scenes. You're not chasing settings or toggling presets, the picture just works. Once you feel that level of performance, every weaker screen you used before starts to look like something you were barely aware of. Picture this, you're deep into the latest blockbuster, and every frame feels layered instead of flat. Later, it's game time, and there's no stutter in the visuals when the action heats up. Even everyday streaming feels richer because the colors hold nuance instead of washing out. It's not about numbers anymore, it's about experience you feel with every scene. Every time you think about settling for something less after that, your brain keeps circling back to how satisfying this feels. That's loss aversion at work. Once you've had real contrast and presence, you don't want to lose it by going backward. While that impression is fresh, check stock again. TVs with this blend of panel performance and smart ecosystem don't hang around when people wake up to what they actually bring to the room. If you're hesitating because the specs sound premium, let's reshape that thought. This isn't about complexity or hype. It's about watching content the way creators intended, not just brighter pixels, but depth, motion that stays true, and visuals that feel right. This is a screen that elevates what you watch instead of just displaying it. Here's something most people don't expect until they live with it. The combination of mini LED brightness and precise control means even well-lit rooms don't wash out the picture. Dark scenes stay rich, and bright scenes don't glare. That continuity of quality sticks with you long after the unboxing. You feel contrast that stays meaningful every time. You enjoy motion that stays fluid through action. You get color depth that feels intentional. You own a display that respects every scene. You experience visuals that pull you into the moment. Downsides? It's not the tiniest set on the market, and it isn't the lowest cost screen you can find. Those are just the trade-offs for a viewing experience that genuinely feels present every time you turn it on. At some point, endless comparisons just stop. You already feel which experience satisfies you most. You choose what feels right, not what's uncertain. So don't let this be one of those upgrades you delay and later wish you'd grabbed sooner. Decide with confidence, check current availability now, and bring home the kind of picture and presence your instincts have been telling you to get.